Okay, here's the original plug for the mold. Now, I had to cut it up in order to, I'm going to make crown molding, so I had to cut it up. But anyway, you can see the original here. There's a cut here, but originally that wasn't cut. And all it is, that brown is original crown molding, cut at a 45 and then shaped as the block would be shaped. And now here's the mold that resulted from it. You can see right there. The way you make the mold is you get your original plug. All I did was take the crown molding and add a 2x4 to give it some depth right there. Okay, and then that finishes the plug. It appears that I also added some to the bottom there because the crown molding ended right there. So I added this on there too. And you can see what a cross section looks like. If I can get it right there. You can see the 2x4 added on top and then the piece down below. But anyway, that's what it looks like before it's cut up. But then after you get that, in order to make the flanges to bolt this together, you can see the flanges here. These flanges have to be made or there'd be no way to bolt the pieces together of the mold. There's 5 pieces to the mold. They're the 2 end pieces, the center, and then this is just oak board on the side to complete the mold. And how you do that is you take a piece of plexiglass, I use 1/4 inch, and you shape it to this shape at a 45. You shape it to this general shape. It doesn't have to fit perfectly because then you can bring back in clay and fill the voids. But you want to make a sharp corner because you don't want your epoxy to leak through there. Okay? So what you have here is a shaped 45 of plexiglass, and then you make your first part, which would be that you do the same on the end over here, of course. And then you make your first part, which will be this part right here. That's what it looks like, the outside, when it's finished. Okay, then when it's finished, you take that plexiglass off. It's in the mold now. It's in the mold and you have the flange down there. Okay? Then you go ahead and take the plastic off, and then you make this part on the outside. So there's the flange made by your plastic part that you remove. So anyway, you end up with a piece like this on this side and a piece like that on the other side. Now you have 3 pieces. Okay? Then of course you just cut the boards to fit on either side and then bolt them together. I don't know how many bolts I have on there, but you can see where they there's a flange bolt here, a flange bolt there, and then there's one on this side. And then there's the whole mold. There's the whole mold for the concrete bases that I said. Now what I'm doing, I'm changing the whole program here. I'm making fiberglass crown molding over the outside windows. To make it out of concrete would be too heavy, so I'm making them out of fiberglass. But I have to stretch this mold out. But I'm going to end up using these end pieces for part of the mold. And then here's the first part that I made out of fiberglass. You see, I made this side. Next I'm going to make that side, and then I'm going to make the center piece. But here's what the fiberglass piece looks like one side. I haven't trimmed it yet, but that's what it looks like. Okay, then it ends there because that's the other end. So what I'll end up with is one left, one right that I haven't made yet, and then a centerpiece to make it about 3.5 feet long. I haven't done that yet. Maybe I'll make another video. But anyway, I'd show you how this is done. You can make your own. There's all kinds of things you can do, but that's going to make nice crown molding for the outside. It'll be light, easy to put up, and then of course when I get the house plastered, it'll be plastered right up to the edge. And this will be painted a flat white to make it appear that it's concrete. So there you go. Now this in here is a dam that I made to make one section. I'm going to fit this right back in there. That'll supposedly fit right in there. And you see, that's my square side for that side. Okay. Then that'll be the counterpart to this right here. I'll have my two ends. Then I make a piece. Okay. Then I make the long piece. That'll end up like a plug, like this one was, only the proper length. And then I use my end pieces, and then I just fill in the center for a new mold. The mold will look like what you're looking at right there, but 3.5 feet long. And I'll have to make two new boards here, obviously, because it won't be as long. But what that does for me is that allows me to use the end piece. I don't have to make these anymore. I use those in the mold, both of these, and then just make the centerpiece, which I haven't made yet. But anyway, I hope this is clear. If it's not clear, go ahead and email me through YouTube, and I'll explain it as good as I can. So there you go.